everybody. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the FF Virtual Arena. I am your host, the first aider in training at FF News, Ali Patterson. And today I'm very pleased to say that we are joined by Veronica Judice from Aon. Veronica, how are you doing? Whereabouts in the world are you?
I am in New York. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on onto the show today. First of all, I want to know who you are. I want to know what you look after. What is it that you kind of look after on your day to day, and why does that fit in with your personality?
I deal with the claims processes and claims operational optimization. So I've been in insurance for about 16 years at this point. So right out of school, I practiced law for a little bit in insurance in New York, and then I joined Aon about 10 years ago. And I've been in the claim space for a little bit, and then moved over to do some strategy work for insurance carriers within Aon, and then moved back to the claim space with a more strategic approach role. But what I do now is I lead the strategy and technology claims team, which is a meeting of claims practice, claims needs, and how do we optimize the claims operation to bring better results. And at the same time, I am the claims transformation leader for insurance, which means that we are doing this, I'm focusing now on claims operational optimization, but always with an eye on what's next and what can Aon do better to better serve our clients, to better meet their needs, while at the same time make sure that we support the market, right? And where the insurance market is going.
And in terms of if you 16 years within insurance, why stay in insurance? What is it that you like about this industry?
I studied laws. Well, I studied business and economy in college, and then I went to law school in Italy. I'm originally from Milan, from Italy, and so in Italy, and then I finished law school in the U.S. and I sat for the bar in New York. But what I liked of that is that it can help it can really help changing lives. Insurance, not law, but what insurance can help is can help changing lives. It can help make the market better. It can help improve capital. So it can really make an impact on people. I do commercial, right? I focus on commercial insurance. So it's big companies, and I mean reinsurance. So we deal with insurance carriers. Those are our clients. But the truth of the matter is that it all trickles down, right, to individuals. So I think insurance is a good meeting of you focus on business, right? You can work with data and with numbers, and there's strong legal implications to it. But at the same time, it has a tangible impact on lives and on the economy in general. So that's, I think, the reason why I wanted to go in insurance in the first place, and the reason why I've stayed. I think it's true. We can really help.
Let's have a look at claims and the entire claims process. Within this part of the insurance industry, what's been the biggest issue facing it over the past few years, and why has that been an issue?
So I want to say it's two-pronged. So first of all, it's a very old industry, right? I would dare to say it's one of the oldest businesses, insurance. I don't know, have you ever been to Lloyd's inside?
Yes, yeah.
Like there's the bell and there's the book with the Titanic sinking. It's old. And so with that comes a difficulty, right? A struggle to adjust to progress. It's not like, and here we're talking about feedback and insurtech, right? So it's not like tech companies like a Google, a Meta, Facebook, they invented it as they went. While insurance is so old that it has to adjust to progress. And there's always a component of, it's humans. Humans are creatures of habit, and they like routine. So there's a human component to that that's hard to adjust. And at the same time, and linked to that, we have the problem of sources and formats of data, right? So we have so much data, but it comes from all different sources. It comes in all different formats. So how do we make it more uniform and consistent in order to support claims processes, which is what we are working at now, and what I think, to be honest, the entire insurance industry is trying to work at now.
One thing I always find interesting is that Aon is a pretty big company, to put it mildly. When you were talking about data and such a vast amount of data, what are some of the less apparent issues when dealing with that scale of information? What are some of the pitfalls that need to be overcome of dealing with that that ocean of that people talk about data lakes? No, it's a data ocean.
Data and analytics is central to our strategy, right? So we really believe that power is in the data, and knowledge is in the data, and experience. So what we're trying to do is we want to ensure that reinsurers and then down to the direct clients can use the vast amount of data that we have to resolve needs. So just to do a step back to that, we want to ensure that their insurance can align their capital with their clients' needs. And how do we do that? We need data. So generally speaking, I think the industry, not only Aon, and I agree with you, Aon is a good representation of it, right? Because it's so vast and it touches so many points. But also we don't just do reinsurance, right? There's a lot of consulting involved, and so we do, so it's representative of the challenges that the industry in general is facing right now. And I think one of the main ones of that is that there is this enormous amount of data, and that's not necessarily shared among stakeholders within the industry. And if we could improve sharing the data, that would give us, a better use of data. That would give us a better picture of what's going on, be it lesson learned that turns into, prediction of how things could go, and that would improve risk management. Every time a broker in general, and our Aon brokers, they talk to the clients to figure out what are the clients' business needs, right? What do they want to achieve, and where are they going? How do they take care of their own customers? So when we talk to them, and then we get all this amount of information, data, loss runs, right? Which are at the end of the day, lesson learned on how to go forward in risk management. So we get all this amount of information and we use it for the placing file, right? So we share it with the underwriters, and then they have all their modeling, they analyze the risks, they come back with a program, and then there's the claims data that comes after that. And claims data, we have claims advocates that support clients, advocate for the clients, and negotiate with the underwriters. And there's the TPAs data, right? The third-party administrators that deal with claims, and they have all these claims files that build up over time, and we have all this information that's in it. We have it. It's all there, but it's all in different formats and databases and SharePoints. And if we just could put it together in a more organic way and look at it more holistically, we could really improve the use of it, and that would get back right to support risk management and down to the customers really, and individuals.
Obviously, the more data you have, if you even gives you the opportunity to have more predictive tools to analyze that data to then give you a better risk model to be able to service your customers better.
Exactly, and that also translates in better use of capital, right?
You're obviously in New York, and Aon again quite global. Different regions, different states in the US have very different regulations. How do you, from an operational standpoint, how do you account for this?
So I think it is all part of the bespoke service that a broker offers, right? And that Aon offers, that we offer to our clients. So at the end of the day, it's every client, besides regulations and besides jurisdictions, they have some very specific needs. And I'm talking here both about end of the line clients, direct clients. You have, you know, companies. We have companies operating in all different industries, so they have different needs, right? And then even if you go up to the carriers and the sellers, they have different needs. You have specialty carriers, you have carriers that focus on P&C, you have life insurance carriers. So there's all these different needs. So I think jurisdiction fits within that. Jurisdictions and different regulations fit within that image that we have of our clients have different needs, because of the industry, because of what they do, because of their P&Ls, and because of the different regulations that they have to be compliant to. So that's all part of Aon listening to them and really understanding how to support their business. So and work together with them in supporting them. So and I'm gonna get a little bit more specific. So there is definitely in claims a jurisdiction component and a legal component when we are supporting a specific client dealing with a specific claims that arises in a specific jurisdiction. But then and for that we have experts, right? And across the country and across the globe. But then there's the next bit, which is the one I was referring to, which is we're dealing with multinational clients, right? We're dealing with global clients that are subject not to only one jurisdiction, but to many different jurisdictions. And so the truth of the matter is that it goes back to what are their needs and how do we help them manage them, and how do we help them manage their risk under different regulations, which is one of the aspects of it.
The insurance is quite an old industry, and it very much used to be financial services were operating as castles, as fortresses behind high walls. And now those walls have come down. It's much more of a forest. It's much more of an ecosystem with multiple people interacting with each other. Where does your department and where does Aon fit within this ecosystem?
We make sure that we work together, right? So it as you said, it's a very big companies with very different offerings and very different services. And we have broking, we have the strategy and technology group, we have commercial risk, which is direct insurance, we have reinsurance, we have human capital, right? Health and wealth. So, but we make sure that we approach the client in a unified manner. So you'll hardly see someone going, you'll hardly see a placement, a broker placing a product without interacting with their colleagues, right, in all the other branches that Aon has. And the reason of that is that we want to make sure that we fully understand what the client needs. We want to help them bring in clarity to the risk management approach. We want to help them bring confidence. We want to help them, help them be confident that that is the best way forward. We want to give them the peace of mind that they don't need to worry about that, right? Because we have really evaluated, we have done a 360 evaluation, everything's covered. So I think that's the main point. So we work together.
Well, Veronica, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. I've learned quite a lot about how Aon operates, especially again with that vast amount of data. Where is best to find out more about your work specifically and Aon?
So you can follow me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me. I'm going to give you my email address, and there's a website. So please reach out. We would love to talk more.
Thank you very much.